Put your head on my shoulder. Yes, for the silhouette challenge. Welcome back,
Yes.
everyone. We hope that everything is well and that you have had success in your silhouette challenges. I have enjoyed the videos.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen many swinging eggplants, many breastises, many
Yes.
booties in the silhouette, and people are just having the time of their life
Yes.
during COVID.
Very,
So,
very creative.
so I love to see it. Friend loves to see it. We love to see it.
Very creative. Hey
Mm-hmm.
guys, it's K and J,
Yep, we
episode
back.
3, season 3, rewinding the week. So, friend, where did this silhouette challenge come from?
You know,
Because you sent it to me with Tiffany Haddish, who did an amazing
it
job
was
with
very
comment
cute. It was
and
cute.
cute.
Yeah, because I had been wanting to see something funny,
Mm-hmm.
because all of them had been very sexual.
Oh, okay. That was
You
it was
know,
sexual at first. It was so funny at the end. So
yes,
check out Tiffany Haddish silhouette
silhouette
challenge.
challenge.
Amazing, beautiful. Love you, girl.
But I'm not sure who put it on the map. But it don't take but one person to be like, let me go ahead and do this. But shout out to, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it's Doja Cat, and if
Mm-hmm.
it's not, forgive me.
Yeah,
And her single, and everybody is just
having
just
fun
having fun with it.
during these
So
times.
I've
Staying
seen.
at home, as well have a little
I
silhouette
mean,
challenge.
you might as well,
Friend,
because
when
what else to
yours?
do? Mine is private, but I have sent it out to a couple.
Oh yes.
No, I haven't done it, y'all, but I've been enjoying all the various ones I said.
I'm coming up with an idea, maybe
Okay,
to do it, but not like that.
right
But
on
like maybe
on the
like a
funny.
tease, do it on
That
the
that'd be
funny.
cute.
I think that would be really funny. I'm gonna be creative with it. Me and Friend gonna talk after the
Okay,
show.
all
So
right,
when we rewind the bottle.
right. No, seriously. So
So,
yeah.
Friend, the
Mm-hmm.
weather, the snow in the
Yeah.
DMV,
So
Virginia area. Oh my
right.
goodness.
So across the DMV, Maryland, Virginia, and DC, we've
Mm-hmm.
seen in the last that started back on this past Sunday. We had snow come down, and I
Mm-hmm.
think when it was all said and done, we had roughly about 6 inches, somewhere
Ooh.
around there, 5 to 6 inches of snow. It was pretty to watch. I had went to the grocery store, got what I needed to get,
Mm-hmm.
and came on home that Saturday and made sure that when I woke up on Sunday and seen that snow coming down, I was like, well, this is cute. I'm gonna make my breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna
Turn the
watch my
heat on.
shows and
Mm-hmm.
make sure this heat is right, and
Hello.
we're gonna want to keep it going. So I didn't leave my place until yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So that was Tuesday. So the roads and things are clear, and I seen on the news where we're having like the biggest snow fight at the National Mall. I don't know if you seen that. You see
No, I
that?
haven't not seen it. I was in Richmond, Friend, and
Mm-hmm.
what's getting me is that it's snowing around my birthday time.
Oh
Everybody
yeah.
who know me, my fans, love you dearly. Is it's snowing, and I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
February, why are you doing this? Why didn't you do that in Capricorn season or
Yeah.
Sagittarius season? Why is it my season that you decide to snow?
Mm-hmm.
But I was in Richmond and I spent time with my nieces. We had a
Mm-hmm.
snowball fight,
That's
which was
cute.
cute. We tried to build a snowman,
Oh,
but
okay.
I made like a mini snowman for them. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't that much snow to compete with Elsa,
All right.
right? But it was fun, and I cleaned out the car. And I drove from Richmond to back to Northern
Mm-hmm.
Virginia, and it snowed again.
Yep.
And then I cleaned off the car on Monday, and then it snowed again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what in the world? I'm here for it if it would get me out of work, but I'm
Right,
teleworking.
but right, it doesn't matter to us. They
Well,
was like, that's cute. It's
that's cute.
snowing. You gonna log in and do this work.
Right? Still do look. Still got to telework. Still got to report.
Right.
Ain't no need to call the weather hotline.
Yeah.
So, friend, what shows did you watch that you said you watched?
So I watched. I had a chance to watch Grownish. I finished. Look, friend clapping because he was like, "We need to talk about
That
it."
was his
So
homework.
right, that was my homework. So I did finish watching that, and I had been watching like throwbacks. I finished the Bernie Mac show.
Oh,
Then
that's a throwback.
yeah. Then I went on to to see Blackish. I had caught up on some episodes there, so I just was kind of, I had watched a couple of movies. I don't know if you've seen, God, what was the name of that?
Denzel Washington movie.
No, it's not a Denzel Washington movie. It was, and I can't think of the name right now, but it's a movie where it was a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't old, but him and his son were riding somewhere, and they got stopped by the police.
Okay.
And the son was filming. He was like 17.
Was it with Omar Hendricks? Excuse me, I get it wrong.
so.
From Power.
From Power. Yeah, he was in.
It's like
he was
American.
It was like American Skin. I believe that's the name.
Skin.
Thank you, Fran.
Okay, I'm here for it.
So
Hello,
that was very it's a very very powerful movie.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage you guys to check it out.
Is it something that is it like a flashback to last year or in the year before last and what we struggle with every day? Or is it like something different?
So it's something different along the lines of what he decides to do, because it starts off with unfortunately, the same story that we have seen time and time again with our black people, in which, he gets stopped and it's an altercation. Unfortunately, he loses his son in the process. And he is grieving with that, and then it comes a time to where they are working to charge the officer, and then the officer gets off. But I'm gonna leave it there because the officer definitely, he got off in regular court, but it was something else that he had to be on trial for, should I say. So that is what made the story different. And I see that Spike Lee had a hand in it. I don't know if he created it or not.
40 Acres in a Mule.
So it just was, it was a good, thought-provoking, powerful movie. And when I first started watching, I was like, oh my God, not the same, same story.
Right.
But it actually wasn't. So I watched that and enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's cool, friend. I saw it on
on Amazon
and things like that, and I just decided I read the inscription and the log line and things like that, and I was just like, I can't do it.
Yeah,
not right now.
Right.
I love film and art. Everybody knows I love film and television, but it was hard even for me to watch 7 seconds. I did like 3-4 episodes, and then I said I just can't because I just couldn't, because for me, I love film and television to tell a story, but sometimes I love it to escape.
Yeah.
And so it's finding that line. So I have not done that, but I love projects like that and definitely want to be a part of those. So I will check it out.
Yeah.
Sounds like it has some action in it. So
yeah, definitely has some action in it. You won't be, it's not it has a sad part to it, but it has the line of, yes, we should be, not necessarily we should be doing that, but I'm glad that it was portrayed in that light, because it's like we feel helpless all the time. But in this sense, it's not necessarily the father feeling helpless. He's doing something about it. So check it out.
Yeah, I may have to check it out. I want to watch One Night in Miami. But other than that, while you were watching that, I was watching Netflix Bonding. Have you heard of Netflix Bonding?
I have not.
So it's about like the dominatrix community, but it's like a comedy, and it's really cute. I would say check it out. It's really cute. It's a nice, fun escape, and something to watch, and something to laugh, and something to understand as well. So that's what I watched. But I'm even more excited that you caught up, finally did your homework, and watched Grownish. What do you think so far?
So far, it's cute. I mean, I have a fond respect for, the very serious Blackish mixed-ish and the Grownish. All the ish, and I feel like that, the messages that are said there need to be said. So they address a lot of different things. But as far as Grownish goes, I mean, it's always great to see young actors such as everyone that's on the cast doing what they do best, and really bringing things to life. Because I remember having these conversations. I mean, let's be honest. Some of those conversations that they're having, around college life is more so what's happening now in people's regular lives.
Hello,
And
it haven't been brought up,
right?
Because that was something that we did not talk about. Some things that they're doing and that we see. Like how was for me. I worked 3 jobs in college.
Yeah.
I had work study, then I had internship, and then I had school. So, I mean, I was in the know of what was going on, but it wasn't like that. You know, I was paying for tuition for my place,
Yeah, I totally
so it's cute. So I'm glad you watched it.
Yeah.
I love it. It still makes that connection.
Oh,
Even as adults and not in college. Well, I might be. But
but yes.
So friend, the vaccine.
Yeah.
February 11th. The Biden administration, has approved 1 million doses to 6,500 stores / pharmacies. So
that's awesome.
We're hoping for that vaccine. I know some people still are not on the same page with it, still want to see the results, want to know more. Some people still feel rushed. So we always say, is what Ken say all the time, wear your mask, wash your hands.
Continue to do those things even after getting the vaccine. I actually just had a conversation with my grandmother, who I love dearly, and want to make sure that she is safe, and she has been safe through this pandemic. So today she was able to get her first dose of vaccine.
Yeah, grandma.
And she's already scheduled for her second dose. But yes, I like some people are on the fence. Like my best friend, to my knowledge, she hasn't decided to get the vaccine yet, and she works in the medical realm. She works in on the business side in the office.
Okay.
So she's like kind of on the fence about it. Kind of want to see how everybody else does in the office, and then I'll get it. So it's just, and then I have my great grandmother who hasn't gotten it yet, and she's kind of on the fence as well. And as much as I want everybody to be on one accord and be like, yeah, we're going to get it. I can understand their concerns or hesitations because they just don't know how things will affect them.
Yeah, and some people are just old school and things like that, and want to make sure because some I have family in the medical field who were, and they're like, well, it takes years to do vaccines and things like that. And so they feel rushed. It was rushed and things. So we can just say, talk to your healthcare provider. And wear your mask.
Yeah.
And look out for one another and continue to do that. Even if you have gotten your vaccine, still wear your mask. That's not a free pass to go and say, just show the pass and walk on by somebody. But continue to do your part. So I think that's good, friend. Keep looking out for grandma.
Of course.
And before we move on, so Amazon unveiled their new building design in Arlington, which is close to Friend in Northern Virginia. And it looks cute. It's a double helix inspired building. And
it was very funky.
It had the trees.
Yeah, it has the trees.
I can't
so
wait
apparently
to see
it has
that.
like 2 walking trails to walk all the way up to the top, and so I think that they estimate if they can get the plans approved by the city, it will be done around 2025.
Wow!
So it's gonna be.
Looked amazing. I mean, I'm here for design. I like architecture. I love looking at buildings and things like that.
Like a big ass Hershey kiss.
It did, but with trees.
Exactly.
And so they're hoping to create 25,000 jobs so far, just 600 plus. So kudos to bringing opportunities to the area, Amazon, and hopefully new design and architecture, because we know we can use some new designs.
That's true.
Something different. Trees in a building on the outside. Now, sign me up.
Yeah.
All right, friend. Do you know what this month is, friend?
It is your birthday month, friend. Which is also true.
This is also true. It is the Aquarius month, and unfortunately, we have to share it with the Pisces, but that's okay. It's all right. But this month is Black History Month.
It is our month.
Friend, we celebrate more than a month.
That's
We
true.
do 365, especially on this show with the Kings and Queens segment. So,
Just to say, like, the heritage, like, black people are so awesome.
mm-hmm.
We're so in tune.
Yeah.
We're so creative. We're so
Mm-hmm.
different.
Yes.
We are just it's nothing that we cannot do.
Yeah.
And I want to be nothing else but black.
Yeah. I
And
love it.
blessed to have, to be in this space all the time, and even with some of the downsides
And
of
challenges.
and challenges that we face, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Right.
So
I love my melanin.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. Even with the challenges, it's what we strive to be better.
That's true.
And do better, not just for ourselves, but for our children and our children's children. So for our Kings and Queens segment, it is to all of our Kings and Queens for Black History Month in the past, in the present, and in the future.
Yes.
So, friend, I grew up, we grew up learning about Black History Month, but never where it came from and why it's in February. At least for me. Did you ever think about that? Or did you know? Like who, what, when, where, why?
Right. As far as that type of history, I have thought about it. It's just that I can't remember everything.
Okay.
But yeah, you want to share?
So I want to share. So, I found out, and I'm a historian, guys, and I love history.
So that's why. I was just kidding.
Yes, as I drink my Merlot, right? So Black History was founded by Carter G. Woodson.
Okay.
He's said to be credited for Black History Month. He originally started as like a week. He was a pioneer in the study of African American history. And like many other people, as myself, I'm pretty sure you and others, in this time, he noticed how history textbooks ignored America's Black population in history books. And he decided to do something about that. And this is one reason why we have Black History Month. And we also have it in February. And why? Because Frederick Douglass' birthday is February 14th. Okay. And Abraham Lincoln's birthday is February 12th. Okay? And who's in between those days? It's your boy, February 13th. And so that is why we have Black History Month in February. But again, it's an ongoing celebration, ongoing history. And I think part of this social change and justice comes with education of Black history, from Crispus Attucks to the American Revolution, to those who served in the Civil War for their freedom, for their right, to the Civil Rights Movement and beyond, and in space and in politics, not just focusing on just two people. I'm not saying that is wrong, but understand that we have had a part in this since the beginning. And so that, for me, helps with that social change and justice of education of who you see in that classroom, not just white walls with white posters. Okay? And that is my King and Queen segment.
I'm here
Happy
for
Black History Month, friend.
Yes,
and
yes.
you are making history as well. You're doing your thing, entrepreneur.
Yeah, I'm trying. Thank you, friend.
Host, great
Thank
friend, and leader. So.
Yeah, I'm blessed to, even with 2020 being what it was, and still we're going through 2021. I'm just, I'm blessed and grateful to continue moving.
Can I just say, we're blessed in the city. You remember that song? We're blessed in the field. Fred Hammond. Oh, Lord, friend. You've been listening to too much Doja Cat.
That's all right. Put your head up. If you would have said that, I would know. That's terrible. Okay. All right. right.
So it's time to pop the cork.
Okay.
And for my pop the cork in celebration, I want to say happy birthday to my nephew
He is
who
such
turned
adorable.
1. He is.
Oh my gosh.
Your uncle loves you, and he, I call him Prince, and Prince Ali. He is a joy to be around. My family, they're like an hour and 30 minutes away, but it's worth every drive, every mileage to go and be with my family and spend time with my nephew and my nieces. So I'm popping the cork for my nephew's first birthday, and also for my sister-in-law birthday, will be tomorrow.
Okay.
So I love you guys. I adore you guys. I miss you. And this pop the cork is in celebration of another year on this earth and another year to be and share with you.
That is awesome. All
right, friend.
Happy birthday, family.
All right, friend. It's time for our topic of grabbing your glasses. Shall we toast to what we're going to talk about today?
Sure. But prior to that, we let y'all know, as per usual, what we're drinking. So I am having the Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
It's by a brand called Santiago Sturgeon.
Yeah.
And I feel like it has to be said that way because I just see that in my head.
It's a fancy name.
It's a fancy name, and then at the bottom part of the label it says "Devil's Back." So
we come against that,
right? Exactly. So I'm like, ooh, it's something serious.
That sounds like a screen name.
It does. But I am enjoying it. It's full flavored. The body of it is right. It's definitely a calming palette for myself. Nothing too over the top.
Okay.
So I don't have any gripes. Fran, what are you drinking?
So for the first time on the episode, probably second time, I'm drinking something different.
Yeah, we're drinking something different.
Something different because I've had that on Monday. And so I wanted something different. I wanted red today.
Okay.
So I have Hector's Merlot.
All right, Hector.
And so it's smooth. It's not bold. It goes well. Really, I'm hoping with this chocolate cake I have after the show.
Stomach gonna be messed up.
Let me tell you guys, I want that cake. So I'm like,
he's like, I by any means necessary. But what's beautiful, people out there listening, is that Fran does not have to be here. I would be right on back to my good place.
Yes.
So if he's blowing it up, he is blowing up by himself. Okay.
So I'm thinking it'll pair very well with the dessert. But I am drinking Hector's Merlot. It's very sweet. It's nice. It's ripe. I just decided to do something different. Fran likes white wine. I like white wine as well. But today I just felt red.
Okay.
I just felt like just doing it. And I just open up the bottle and say, I'm just going to have this Sauvignon Blanc for a friend. And I'm going to go ahead and open this Merlot. But lately, friend, I've been liking Cabernet.
Okay. You just
and I think you got me on Cabernet.
Yes.
I think you did.
Cabernet is good. I enjoy it. So I'm here for it.
You know what I haven't had in a while we should have on the show? Malbec.
That's a brand.
No, the wine.
Oh, yes. We should.
I think you got me on that too. Friend got me on a lot of stuff. I used to stick with that Moscato.
I'd be like, absolutely not, friend. We're gonna have to expand that palate.
That palate is expanded. Okay, so, but let's grab our glasses and talk about family ties. So, friend, you said you wanted to talk about family on this show. So, what's on your heart? What's on your mind, friend? Speak to me.
Well, it wasn't necessarily a heavy topic, but I was thinking, I said, family ties, maybe we should talk about when to loosen them and when to tighten them. And maybe a little bit about background and things of that nature. So here lately for myself, I've just been having a lot of different things happening within my family. Unfortunately, I've experienced a couple of deaths in the last week and a half, 2 weeks. And I have a fairly large family of, aunts, uncles, cousins, and things of that nature. So We've always been close. As a matter of fact, our family reunion prior to COVID was ran like a business. Like every 2 years, you know, a family would host in their city. So we've been to Detroit, we've been to, you know, Atlanta, DC, New York, all these various places up and down the East Coast, and even out west. We've been to Chicago because we've had family there that will host for that year. And it's a whole production, meaning we're going to have a family night when we first come in Friday night. Then we have the picnic. And then we have the banquet. And then we have our Sunday breakfast with, you know, the praise and worship.
Amen.
And then we you know, after that is going back home, and it's been a 3 day event of visiting, you know, seeing family, reminiscing about the old times, getting together, and it's just really, it's something that you, as you get older, you really treasure and hold that dearly. So I am missing that. I would like to, after COVID, I would hope that we can resume that setup and, you know, enjoy our extended family. But as far as my immediate family, um, you know, I have my grandmother, my grandfather is deceased. That's been some years back, and as well as my mom. And then I have my aunt, who is my mom's sister, and you know, me and her are more like brother and sister, although she helped raise me. So she has her own family, and so we're all close knit. And you know, I was just thinking today that we, with family, they can be a joy and all up in your business, and then at times you're like, you know what, I don't want to be bothered with you. So
do not disturb.
Right, you know. So when I go visit my family down in South Carolina, I have a great time. But you know, of course, it'll be for a little while, and I'll be like, well, you know what, it is time to go because y'all have gotten the best of me, and I am ready to move on. So, and then of course, like probably the rest of you that are listening out here, you probably have some family that is like, hey, I don't deal with Ray because I let him borrow some money. I ain't never seen him no more. So I got some
and
of
he
that
got
family
his
too.
stimulus. And
Exactly.
He still ain't paid me back.
Still ain't paid me back because why? Because family will do it quicker than the rest of them, quicker than your friends. So I have had that experience as well. And you know what I say? First and foremost, don't lend nothing you can't give away.
You know, I had a friend that said, "Don't loan what you won't
What
miss."
you won't miss.
And that about $10.
Yeah, no, I totally get it now as an adult. So I'm
I
like,
remember that.
you know, at the end of the day, family is family, but I don't mix if I can help it. I don't mix the whole, you know, business and family or money and family because I'm like, look, you know, one thing you gonna play with is my money. So,
let me make sure I get cash.
You're right.
Right, honey. You
So,
tell me the balance.
But yeah, so you know, it's family can be very interesting. I was also talking with a friend about family ties and family trees. You know, and stemming back. So I believe, oh God, it's been maybe 2 years now that I did the Ancestry.com set up, and I know some other DNA, especially now more tailored to African Americans. But I did the Ancestry.com profile, and prior to that, I was working with a guy in my previous job, and he is from Ghana, and he would say to me, "You know, you're from my country, right?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he was like, "You're definitely from Ghana," and I'm like, "Well, I was born here. I've always been here. According to, you know, I don't know all of my family history, but I'm pretty sure at some point we have come from various parts of Africa, but I didn't know what he was meaning when he would say that. So when I did my Ancestry.com, come to find out, like I have at least 50% of Ghana roots, and I was like, that's what he was saying. He was like, yeah, because I mean, you look like us.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting to see, that part of it, as well as me looking at the various regions. I think I've seen a couple of percentage in Europe and other parts of Africa, and it just was, it's an interesting thing to know where your heritage lies, where you come from. So I've enjoyed that. But yeah, as far as on a day to day, I do what I can for my family, my immediate family. I want them. You want
do,
to.
friend.
Yeah, I do.
I can say you do.
I'm like, I want to see that they are well, that they're okay if they're ever in need, and I can help them. I aim to do that, and they would do the same. And so I understand that I have friends who don't have that type of family ties, and it affects
especially in
them.
the LGBTQ.
Oh yeah, it affects
and
them.
I never
seriously.
get that. Never get it.
Yeah,
that's family.
Right, exactly.
Family, your blood.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate in the LGBTQ plus community that a lot of people have had to break away from their families, not because they want to, because they were forced to, because they weren't accepted in their life, and it really sucks. And so they don't have those. They've relied on various friends, to build that family base. But me, myself, and Jay, we are blessed to have our families, there and in support and by our side. So yeah, just no real rhyme or reason. I just wanted to talk about, what what family is and the importance and what it means to me, and the kind of how you deal with, because I have had moments where, I had disagreements with my aunt or my grandma or whoever, and we've gotten mad at each other and things of that nature, but we always find a way to circle back and say, look, I'm sorry. And that's important, because at the end of the day, you can't change who your family is. Y'all kind of stuck with each other. And you want to make, out of all relationships, at least for myself, I want to make sure that my family ties are good.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, so that's all really I have when it comes to that front. But you want to share with the people about how you view family ties, friend?
Oh, thank you, friend. Well, I have to do that family tree with Ancestry. I haven't done it yet, and you hear. So your granddaddy was this, your grandma was that, but it's good to know for sure as well. So I would love to do Ancestry.com one day. It's just like a swab, right?
Yeah, you do a well, it's like I like a spit profile. I didn't know if I was in the OnlyFans when I was doing the whole tube setup. I was like, what's really happening? You got to spit down in this tube a couple times. Like, it's a lot. But yeah.
I love it, friend. I love it.
Yeah. No, you definitely should check it out. It's but it is like a swab spit sample that you give, and they go and
I may
analyze
have to
it.
check that out. I've done those kind of swabs for like drug testing and things like that, for like the job, not because I was on parole or something, but and there's a lot you got to put in there. You be like, well, dang,
So you make sure you drink your water and all that before you give your sample.
So I definitely would do that. And you mentioned a good point with COVID. I haven't seen all my family in like a year. We talk on the phone, and some people Zoom, but it's not the same. They do the group messages, and I'm not a group message person.
Yeah,
I don't like them. Anybody who really know me know I don't really like group messages, but I understand with these times. But I didn't even like group me when I was on it. But missing that connection, and because you go on doing other things with your lives. And so you kind of miss one another, and I have not had a family reunion, like a big reunion like that in years, since I was probably in high school. And then for my mom's side, and then maybe for my dad's side, probably like, after college or during college when I had a family reunion, which wasn't long ago, I must say. But
20 years.
but I haven't had that. But I still have close family ties with my immediate family and things like that, and check on them and make sure they're good. I can say that I'm blessed in being able to be who I am, and they know who I am, and still. Be a uncle, be a son, be a brother, be a grandson. You know what I'm saying? Be a nephew.
Yeah.
And that I count my blessing for, because I know working with the youth and going and working for LGBT prom in Fairfax and coming out day, that some people are not that blessed to have that. So I don't take that for granted. I talk to my family every day. I call my mom all the time, and she don't answer. I call her again. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I understand not a lot of people have that, and I don't say we don't have our vices.
Oh, of course.
Don't say that we don't have our falling out, and then they realize, Jamal, you're right. You're always right. And I don't blame them, because that's normally how it is.
Lord,
so
please.
I try to just help them see that I'm right. But they eventually come to their senses. But I say that to say, we try not to. One thing my mom always taught is us growing up is, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. And that's how I view friendships. That's how I view relationship and family ships. It's not staying mad at each other. And even if that means humbling yourself and saying, you know what, I apologize about X, Y, and Z, that's fine. But I feel like, one thing, I can say a family that prays together stays together. And I say that in a way because you're able to just talk in prayer with one another. Not everybody can do that. And I'm not saying that is family one-on-one, but I'm just saying what works for us and things. So I was in Richmond this past weekend, and I love my family, but, I was ready to go. My mom was like, Jamal, you left this, you left that, you left this. And so, being the Southern gentleman that I am with my Southern charm, I just say, you know what, Mom, I just left those things just for me to have an extra reason to come back. And so she was like,
But he asked her to send that money.
Mama, please. That is the credit union on. So she said, you left this stuff, you left that. Actually, if you had everything, and I was tired. My dog was tired. We were ready to go. It's not like, even no place like home, but ain't no place like your bed, friend. Okay, your own bed and things. So I appreciate that. I think this goes to my family, my mom, my dad's side, everybody, even my friends that are family, because sometimes it's not just blood.
No, it definitely isn't, and I'm glad you kind of segue into that, because I was going to say, I have friends in my life that are definitely family, and more than friends. I even, Jay that's sitting here with me has been through several of, my medical procedures, and he has been right there. And that's when I knew, okay, this is not just my friend, this is family, because he is looking out for me, and I will do the same, and I have done the same.
Friend will.
So that's important to recognize where you stand, with your friends and things of that nature. And if you really do care about them and they care about you, you will nurture those relationships and make sure that they are, they're good. So
I'm gonna give friend a big hug after this show, y'all.
I don't know COVID. look, ain't that terrible, y'all? Talk about family ties, but I don't care.
I'm gonna get my mask, and I'm a double mask. I'm gonna hug my friend. So, thank you for this topic, friend. Family ties, family trees, guys. Love your family.
That's true.
Nobody wins when the family feuds.
You're so silly. You ain't got no sense, but yes.
All right, friend. Can you have something to pour out for us as we begin to wrap up?
I was thinking about a pour it out, but in all honesty, I didn't really have anything heavy to discuss
What?
or
No
talk
petty
about.
stuff?
No petty stuff.
Okay.
You know, I
You.
was gonna think right. I was gonna think about something work related, but I was like, it really ain't nothing necessarily I can talk about. So for this particular week, if we're gonna just say pour that out, I would say, you know, if you have, as we talk about family, if you have some family that it's probably been a long riff, and you can't even remember what y'all was fighting for, maybe you should pour that out and reconcile your differences with that person, because at the end of the day, y'all do still share the same bloodline, and if y'all had a great relationship before, it could, you could repair it some. So I get it. Some people are like, I ain't never talking to them again, X, Y, and Z. And I'm
And it
like,
be on some
I'd be like,
stuff.
oh my God, you talking about because you didn't pick up that Bojangles box. I can't. Like, it's all too much.
Yeah.
So if y'all are in that light, consider it. And get things together, because listen, we live in a world where tomorrow is definitely not promised. We don't know.
Fixed our life.
We don't know what is out here. We see what has happened for 2020 and what's continuing to happen. So it's like, do what you can to make sure that you're, what they say, you sweeping around your front door. Do what you can to make sure that that's okay.
That's good. That's a good pour it out, friend. Yeah, let it pour it out, let it out, let it go.
And let it go.
It'll be family, like you said. Then that would be the main one going crazy on the funeral.
Tell me about it.
Or they say, I never had the chance to tell you how much I loved it. Yes, you did.
Yeah,
you could have did it today, yesterday, the last week, the last month, the last year. Take that opportunity. I ain't saying that I'm perfect with it.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not perfect. As I preach to y'all, as Kay preached to y'all, we do it with ourselves, to do that. So I think that's a good pour it out, friend.
Well, thank you.
Devil's back.
Thank you. I know.
So, happy birthday to you.
Yes, man.
Happy birthday to you.
Hit the note.
Happy birthday, dear Rosa Parks.
Yes, man.
Happy birthday to you. Yes. Happy birthday, Rosa Parks. So my motivational quote, this comes from Rosa Parks. You must never be fearful about what you are doing when it is right. She also said, I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminished fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. And that was from the late and great Rosa Parks, the first woman to lie in honor in the United States Capitol building, also who received the Congressional Gold Medal, as well as many honoraries. She was born February 4th, 1913.
Wow.
Thank you for what you've done. December 1st, 1955, with the Montgomery bus boycott on that bus and dealing with that bus driver, James Blake. And we salute you. We wish you peaceful rest, as well as with your family, and thank you for your legacy, for your quotes. Thank you, Rosa Parks. That is my motivational quote.
That's awesome, friend.
Thank you, guys.
Well, tell the people where they can listen in.
Well, friends, thank you guys so much for your support. I've got texts from friends and comments and things. We have had over 400 listeners for our show, including the Apple, the Spotify, excuse me, I'm on my fourth wine, guys.
Ooh.
The Spotify and the YouTube channel, and just pouring out of support. Thank you guys so much as we continue to try to bring new content, new material to you guys. Even though we're not always as active on social media, I know I have kind of did a sabbatical from that, but even still, your support is there, and continue to follow us on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Go to JamalSGordon.com for my blogs about the show and other things. Thank you guys so much, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
That's
hearing from us soon. Ken, can you play us out, my friend?
Continue to wash them hands.
I'm ready for this cake. Oh my God, I want it so bad. Thank you guys. Bye.